So recently, the financial reports came out for Nintendo, and the financial report showed that Smash DLC is performing extremely well. Fighters Pass 2, very much like Fighters Pass 1, is selling extremely well. So the question of, will there be a Fighters Pass 3 is starting to come up. Now, I know it's funny to talk about this because we're not even all the way through Fighters Pass 2 yet. We haven't even gotten our third character, so we're not even halfway through. But the question of a Fighters Pass 3 is starting to grow more and more popular, especially when you're looking at these financial reports and seeing how well the Smash DLC is selling. Nintendo, at the end of the day, is a company, and they're going to want to make money. And as much as Sakurai or anybody may allude to the end of DLC, Nintendo wants to make money. And Smash, so far, has been one hell of a moneymaker. So it wouldn't shock me in the least if Nintendo sweet-talked the man into making another Fighters Pass. Now, am I saying a Fighters Pass 3 is likely? No. Am I saying it's happening? No. I'm just saying that the possibility of a third Fighters Pass I think might be a little bit more realistic than a lot of people give credit for. There are a lot of fighting games right now that are doing multiple passes or season passes for their games that have heavily extended the life of those particular games. DBZ Fighters is on its third season pass, Mortal Kombat it's on its second, and there are rumors that there will be a third season pass for Mortal Kombat as well. Street Fighter V has had like 4 season passes I think so far, and I think there might be another one coming out. So lots of other fighting games are extending the life of their games with multiple passes that go well beyond just 1 or 2. So it would not be a shock to me in the least if Nintendo followed suit and saw how lucrative it would be for them to do another pass beyond the first 2. Now that got me thinking, what would a Fighters Pass 3 look like? Now, again, we don't even know what Fighters Pass 2 completely looks like. So thinking of all these characters and things that we could see show up in a Fighters Pass 3 is sort of hard to pin down because we don't really, well, again, we don't know the full extent of Fighters Pass 2. But I think one thing that is certain is that we're probably going to see a lot more first-party Nintendo characters in a third pass. And my reasoning for thinking this is, reason number 1, they wouldn't have to get third-party licenses for characters, obviously, if they use all their own characters from their own IPs, for 1. For 2, they wouldn't have to spend as much money. Getting character licenses costs money. So it's surprising to me as it is that we've gotten so many third-party characters in Smash now. The amount of money Nintendo must have put out for these licenses is pretty ridiculous, I'm sure. So if Nintendo did want to make another Fighters Pass, I'm sure that they would rather go probably a little bit lower on the cost. The easy way to do that would be to include more first-party Nintendo characters. There are lots of first-party Nintendo characters that a lot of people still really want to see. And I'm sure that Nintendo has plenty to fit into a pass. Now, Fighters Pass 3, if it was a real thing, how big it would be, who really knows? I feel like it wouldn't be a humongous pass. Like, I don't think we'd be getting like 6 characters or 7 characters, but I do think that we would get a peppering of original characters that obviously have a little bit more work put into them, and Echo Fighters. If there's one thing that we have yet to get in any of these passes, it's Echo Fighters. And Nintendo really did market Echo Fighters more than they have in past games. Obviously, we, the fans, called them clones and everything. And it wasn't until this current game where they actually were given an official label as Echo Fighters. It just seems kind of strange that they focused on Echo Fighters for a little bit, only for us to get the few that we did in the base roster and never see anything else for them. In fact, I'm not the only one in this. A lot of people thought that Echo Fighters boded well for DLC because they thought there would be a lot of characters on the table that we could see show up as DLC characters because they would be easy to make and easy to develop. So it would give Sakurai and his team a good reason to just pump out some more characters for us. But so far, we have yet to see any Echoes, and we haven't seen any third-party characters come in with an Echo Fighter attached to them. I can't help but imagine that if a third Fighters Pass did happen, that we would probably get some Echo Fighters in there to pad it out. Because, 1, they're easy to make, so Sakurai wouldn't have to put nearly as much work into it. And if a Fighters Pass 3 did sort of just come up out of nowhere because Nintendo wants that money, it would be a lot easier and quicker for them to throw a pass together with characters that are sort of easier to develop. So Echo Fighters would definitely be on the table. Not to mention the fact that with all the DLC characters that we've gotten, plus the new characters added to Ultimate on the base roster, there's such a variety of different moves and things available now that you could really take all different neat stuff and put it into characters that play pretty unique, even if they're technically Echo Fighters. And again, the list of characters that we could see in a hypothetical Fighters Pass 3 is pretty decently long. Of course, when you include characters that could end up as Echo Fighters, and I'm not saying that these characters should be Echo Fighters, all these characters are more than deserving of unique movesets, but at the end of the day, if they're easier to develop that way, and we do get a third Fighters Pass, it's very possible or probable that we could see some of these characters show up as Echo Fighters. Characters such as Dixie Kong, who is an extremely popular Nintendo character. I don't think she's going to show up in Fighters Pass 2, which is unfortunate because I want her really, really bad. But I feel like if we did get a third Fighters Pass that's mostly Nintendo characters, I think Dixie would be an absolute shoo-in. I think she would be in hands down no matter what. Of course, you have Bandana Waddle Dee, and I'm not really sure if he would be an Echo necessarily. He could be, but he might be one of the more unique characters that they could develop. He's extremely popular. A lot of people want him. It's shocking that he has yet to show up in the game. A third Fighters Pass could also be a place where, if we don't see them show up in Pass 2, maybe characters like Waluigi could end up getting in. Waluigi is obviously a very popular character in discussions for Fighter Pass 2 because a lot of people think that he could end up getting an upgrade from an assist trophy. But let's say that doesn't happen in Fighters Pass 2. Let's say that that does not occur. If there is a third Fighters Pass and they want a big character for that Fighters Pass that would get a lot of people to want to purchase it, Waluigi would be a good character to throw in there. A lot of people want him. He would be a surprise character, I guess, in a third Fighters Pass because he's already an assist trophy. So he would definitely fill that void of a larger character pick to put in. So definitely he would be a headline character for a pass like that. Who knows, maybe even a few other characters may have a shot of getting upgraded in a Fighters Pass 3 from assist trophies. Not a bunch, obviously, but there's a few other standout characters. A character like Isaac, for example, from Golden Sun. A lot of people really wanted him and were really disappointed when he got an assist trophy again, like he had in Brawl. So, who knows? I mean, they may end up, if they do a Fighters Pass 3 again, that could be a gimmick in that Fighters Pass where they bump up a couple of Nintendo characters that are assist trophies already. Skull Kid would be another good example. He's another good character that they could throw in there that's similar like that. Going back to Echo Fighters, you have a character like Impa, who's getting a lot more spotlight with the new Hyrule Warriors coming out. Impa was always a popular character. A lot of people thought that she would get her shot as a base roster character, but surprisingly she didn't. But she would be a perfect character for a Sheik Echo. Of course, you also have the Octolings from Splatoon. Then there's characters that maybe not a lot of people have thought of that could end up as an Echo or a semi-Echo fighter type character in another Fighters Pass. Another really cool Zelda character that I personally would love to see is Ganon from A Link to the Past, or the older Zelda games. Demon Piggy Ganon. He's a character that I feel like not a lot of people talk about all that much. He would be cool as shit. He would be a big boy. He would use a trident, all kinds of magic. I think he would be really, really cool and an awesome character. I mean, he could be somewhat of an echo of Zelda, mixed with some moves from Byleth, I guess, because Byleth does have a pole arm, so you could definitely do a character like that, and it would be really, really cool to see Piggy Ganon. And then, speaking of piggies, we still don't have Porky. Porky is strangely missing, and while he could show up in Fighters Pass 2, if he doesn't, there's always that shot that he could be a unique character added into a hypothetical Fighters Pass 3. So in the end, there's a lot of characters that we could see. There's a plethora of characters that Nintendo could still throw into Smash. There's definitely some weird things going on with Smash still, where we have like open slots in World of Light, way more than the DLC characters that we're getting and stuff. So there's definitely some weird things in there that looks like it could be an opening for more DLC down the road. If we get that, that has yet to be seen. As of right now, it sounds like Fighters Pass 2 is the end of the road, but who knows what the future may hold. Again, the money's there. There's lots of characters fans still want to see, so I definitely think that the avenue for more DLC is absolutely open. And if Nintendo really wanted to take that road, they have way then more justification to absolutely do it. But what do you guys think? Do you think we're going to see a Fighters Pass 3? You think there's a chance? You think Fighters Pass 2 is it? That's the end of the road? Sakurai is throwing in the towel? There's no Fighters Pass 3 even on the table? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a like. That really helps. Share it if you want. And if you really like this video, feel free to subscribe. I put out gaming videos every single week, or I try to put them out every single week. Sometimes it's every other week. My schedule's a little crazy right now. I'm balancing a lot of things. I'm busy at work and everything like that, so it's a little bit tougher for me to upload videos as frequently as I was a few months ago, but I'm definitely working on it. Also, I'm working on much larger videos right now, and I'm kind of juggling things, so those projects are taking a little bit longer. So it's definitely, there's a lot going on. It's definitely taking me a little bit, but I got a big video planned. I'm really excited for it. It fuses together two of my favorite things, video games and Dungeons and Dragons, so I'm super hype. I hope a lot of people look forward to it. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you who are subscribing and watching my videos. It really does mean the world to me. It means a whole lot. And I can't believe that I see my subscriber count go up, and it just makes me so happy. I can't believe that people actually enjoy listening to my content. It really does mean a lot. And I just want to thank you all so very much. I always have such a good time interacting with you guys in the comment sections and getting to know you and talking to you about video games. And I really look forward to doing this well into the future. So thank you again. Have a good day. Be safe out there. And bye-bye.